Wanted to show you this too. So the Browns could have a secret weapon in the backfield this season. This is from Dog Pound Daily. And that's Elijah Moore running out of the backfield. He throws it to Donovan Peoples-Jones. But again, you're lining up Elijah Moore in the backfield, motioning him out or having him run routes. And it's opening some other things up. When you put a guy like Elijah Moore in the backfield, what does that do for the offense, Lance?
Well, I'm I think Kevin Stefanski does a great job with play design. So what he's doing there is that if he's in the backfield, he's now 3 strong. So if you're a 2-by-2 with 2 receivers each side and Elijah Moore's in the backfield, he's now 3 strong or 3 weak, depending on where he releases. It puts tremendous, so he ran a little Texas route there, a classic route by a running back. Now it's with a receiver. So now you have a skilled guy who's going to be matched up on a linebacker. Whether that linebacker's in zone or man, it's going to be his responsibility. So putting him at 3 strong, I've seen some clips of him with being in motion. He's another guy. He's a short area guy. He's a jet bubble, quick screen guy. He's a touch guy. So what I like already with the Browns are doing with him, he's not a guy who's necessarily the receiver in terms of route running. He can run all the routes, but he's a guy who needs touches. And now you got Goodwin who takes the top off. You got Cooper. You got all the guys we know about. Now Elijah Moore is going to add a guy who's a touch guy. And when you get those guys, they're really hard to defend. I always like designing plays for those guys because you can just kind of put them anywhere and find the matchup you want. And the Browns are now getting that depth at receiver where he's going to get a matchup inside against a linebacker that's going to be very tough for a defense to stop.
And that's kind of what my thought was. Is boy, you put him in the backfield and you allowed Deshaun Watson to see he is matched up on this guy. I like that matchup. Let's take it. Those are the easy yards you and I have talked about a lot.
Yeah, so you talk about easy yards, so Goodwin and Moore. So now not only do you have these design stuff, but they're going to be fantastic on these off-script plays. These what I think is Deshaun Watson. He does everything really, really well, and people have kind of forgotten that in football terms. He is an elite quarterback. If he gets back to what he was in 2020, you're talking about a top 5 quarterback. Now, one of his ultimate strength is improvising when things break down. So he's great when everything's perfect, but he's also really good when things break down. And Elijah Moore, Goodwin, these guys are really good at improvising. They're athletes in space. And just guys who are going to, I think about all these guys, and it's, people are worried about the run game. It's going to open it up for Nick Chubb. There's a lot on paper. Unfortunately, football's not played on paper. What the Browns have done with their pickups in the offseason in the draft, they address these issues in making this a complete offense, both horizontally and vertically. They're going to be very tough to stop.